Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today I kind of wanted to do kind of like a face-off between the L'Oreal Pure Clay Mask that everybody's been talking about on YouTube. People have been raving about this mask and saying that it does amazing things, and I just kind of wanted to try it and see if it did the same thing for me. So I'm going to do this versus the Rosen Skincare Charcoal Face Mask. So both of these kind of have clay and charcoal and that sort of thing. So I really wanted to see which mask is better, which works better for me. I actually got this while I was at Target in the makeup area. One of the girls gave this to me as a sample, so I wanted to try it just from that, and then hearing all the different reviews on YouTube of people saying how amazing it was. And then this I actually got when I was at the Shameless Maya 5-year anniversary. This was one of the items in our gift bag. So I was really excited to try this. She was raving about it, and so kind of another YouTube certified product. So I just kind of wanted to see what these would be like, kind of like a head-to-head. So I'm going to do this one on this side of my face and this one on this side of my face. So first off, I actually wanted to give these kind of like points to see which one is better. And right off the bat, the ingredients for the Rosen face mask is definitely a lot better. I don't see a whole bunch of chemicals and stuff. Actually, I don't think I see any at all. Activated charcoal, vitamin E, denatured alcohol, tea tree, lavender. So this has very, very natural ingredients to it. If you're one of those people that bases, all the products that you buy off of the ingredients, this one is definitely winning as of right now. Whereas this mask, the L'Oreal mask, has like 3 times as many ingredients on it. So citric acid, xanthan gum, stuff that I can't even pronounce, and some of the ingredients even have like numbers. So if you're one of those people that bases your purchases off of what the ingredients list is, and you want stuff that's more natural and stuff that's even possibly better for the environment or whatever, the Rosen face mask is definitely winning in that category. So let me try these out and I'll let you guys know how I like them. Up and back. I know from the time lapse I just did, you guys can see on this side of my face, the L'Oreal side, my right side, how the clay never really dried. Like it just kind of stayed slightly tacky, and then how the left side of my face with the Rosen face mask, how it was like very, very dry and very, very crackly. So let's break these down. First, right off the bat, one of the things that I noticed just with the samples is that the L'Oreal clay mask, they explain like specifically how to put this on, when to rinse it off. It says, to make sure that there's an even layer on your face, leave on for 10 to 15 minutes, and then remove with water. Very, very clear. Whereas the Rosen, it says, use a brush or hands to apply even layer to the face until no skin is visible, ensure clean hands, yada yada, to keep the product fresh and free of bacteria. So it just pretty much tells you how to care for this if you were to buy it, I guess, in a jar or container. But it doesn't really say when to rinse it off, how long to leave it on for. But one of the things I noticed right off the bat when I put the Rosen clay mask on was that it started to dry almost immediately. Like you have to work quick when you put this stuff on. It's really, really thick. It naturally has like a slight grit to it. It's very much what you would imagine clay to be. Like very, very malleable, but still really, really thick. Whereas the L'Oreal mask was very, very watery, which I mean, I don't mind. I prefer it to be a little bit thicker just because for me, I have oily combination skin. So for those of you that have more dry or kind of more of a normal skin texture, I would say that this might be a little bit better for you. For me, who has more of oily skin, I look for like the really, really heavy and thick clays and charcoal masks that I know are really going to be able to draw a lot out of my pores. So even that off the bat, like consistency, I'd say I prefer the Rosen mask. As far as, directions and clarity with what to do with it, I would say, the L'Oreal mask for that. So I'll give them that point. But I mean, like I said, with the L'Oreal mask, I felt like it just took forever to dry and it never fully dried. It was still tacky. So I waited 10 minutes and then I felt my face and it was really tacky. So I was like, okay, let me give it another 5. And I waited, still tacky. I mean, you guys can see this side of my face over here with the Rosen. It was like ready to be rinsed off. It was pretty much dry in the first like maybe 4 minutes or so. This mask, after like maybe 16 minutes, it still was not dry, and it was just kind of like frustrating. Like, okay, it's a clay mask, it's a pure clay charcoal mask, and it's taking forever to dry. So how is it going to pull any toxins or anything out of my skin? How is it going to clear my pores out if it's not dry? So I felt like that was kind of the major issue that I had with this. as well as the formula was just, you know, it just felt really, really watery trying to like put it on my face. And it felt like it was slightly sliding off in the midst of me trying to like put it on. So that was a little frustrating. Now, which one worked better? So I'm gonna kind of zoom in a little bit so you guys can see my pores. Okay, so can you guys see my pores a little bit more? It did on both sides take out some of my blackheads, not all of them. It did minimize my pores a little bit on both sides. So overall, I feel like the Rosen mask worked slightly better than the L'Oreal mask, and I felt like, you know, I feel like that's because it really had time to dry and pull, you know, kind of the dirt and grime kind of out of my pores. The L'Oreal mask, I gave it 10 to 15 minutes, it still wasn't dry. I gave it a couple more just to see, and it still wasn't fully dry, maybe just a little bit around the edges. So I just feel like even though the directions are more clear, maybe they need to say 20 minutes or maybe, you know, 25 minutes or something like that. That way it actually has time to dry. And I really didn't put a lot on just because it was really watery and kind of like movable. It was kind of moving a lot on my face, so I just really smoothed it on and kind of just like left it and didn't want to apply too much. So even with that, it still wasn't dry. But see, this is my thinking, is that this one is like laden with a lot of different chemicals, whereas this is very, very pure and clean and natural. And so if I'm gonna leave a mask on my face for 10 to 15, 20, 25 minutes, I'd prefer that it be natural and not, you know, something with chemicals that's like consistently seeping into my pores as the minutes go by. So just because of that, also, I definitely would have to side with the Rosen mask. Now, when I first put it on, what did I feel? So when I put the Rosen mask on, I immediately felt like a tingling, kind of minty sensation. It was really nice. It felt very, very fresh, even though the mask was really thick. So that was kind of a nice balance, whereas the L'Oreal mask, I felt like the second I put it on, I got that mintiness as well, but I felt like it was burning. So for me who doesn't have sensitive skin, anytime something burns, I'm always kind of like a little skeptical to see, you know, how far it's gonna go. So that kind of tingling, burning did go down some as I progressed in time wearing the mask, so that was good. The tingling for this kind of like weaned off a little bit as the mask started to dry. So those are some of the differences that I found in these two as well. Let me see if I can find the price point for you guys. So the Rosen charcoal face mask is actually $10. So that's really, really good considering all the natural stuff that's in it. I wasn't aware of that, and from the pictures that I'm looking at here, I see people just kind of putting it literally on like problem areas. You can wear it more as a mask, or you can do kind of like spot treatment, it looks like. So $10 for, oh wait. So it's $10 for a 1 ounce jar. Ooh, I mean, that can kind of be a little steep. 1 ounce isn't a whole lot, especially for this product being so thick. It seems like it could go pretty quickly. Whereas the L'Oreal clay mask is $9.75 at Target, and this is for 1.7 ounces. So the L'Oreal mask gets you almost 2 times the amount of product, 1.7 ounces for $9 and some change, or $10 for, you know, 1 ounce of the Rosen mask. Now, for me, I mean, honestly, I would probably spend the 10 and get the Rosen mask just because it's all natural, and I know the second I put it on my face that it's going to dry within a couple minutes. So if I'm busy throughout the day, I know I can fit this into my schedule a lot easier. I love the formula. It felt really, really good on my skin. It was really, really thick, which I really look for in a clay mask with me having more combination oily skin. This, honestly, I don't know what people are raving about. It just feels like any other clay mask that you would get at like Walmart or Target and put on your face and rinse off, except it didn't really dry. So I don't really see how it could be labeled a clay mask if it doesn't dry. I feel like this is the clay or charcoal mask for those people that have very, very, very dry like desert skin, or those who have more like normal skin types who just want to put on a face mask every now and then to kind of purify their pores and just rinse it off. So I would have to say Rosen for the win. Let me know in the comments box below if you guys have tried either of these masks and if they worked for you or didn't work for you. I would love to know. And I'm going to link some of my other videos here, so check those out. Like this video if you want to see more. I'll be posting more as usual, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.